I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast, formerly on Pornhub, and its Monday night edition, RawFlix and Chill. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the word Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my co-hosts this evening. She is the host of the She Leads Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, the reigning, defending, undisputed Trick or Trivia champion, and a very, well, I wouldn't say very, a possibly, slightly, maybe very unhappy lady, Ms. Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hello.
And he is the deadbeat Poppy, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow. He is Cruz Delgado, a.k.a. my friend Steve, a.k.a. Stefano, a.k.a. Vince.
What's up, guys?
Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada. Sure, all that.
All that.
And he's happy. As you can see, he's fucking smiling. So this will be a very interesting show because there's anger over here, and then there's happy down here, and I don't know how this is going to go. But before we get there, I gotta do the things. Twitch.tv/Creation World. Listen, if you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Prime Gaming, you link those two together, you get a free sub. Give that free sub to me. Or Katie, or any of your favorite Twitch streamers, but give it to me. It's that simple. It costs you absolutely nothing. It's already sitting there, so don't let it go to waste. Or, YouTube.com/Creation World, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm, helps find new listeners.
And why is that important?
Because you're a whore.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. I am a whore for your likes, for your comments, for your views, for your attention. So yeah, treat me like the whore that I am. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me see you flick that bean. Hit that notification bell. Get notified every time we go live, whether it is every Monday, like tonight, 15 minutes after Monday Night Raw, every Tuesday, 15 minutes after NXT, every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern, for the Creation Conversation, where we talk nerdy news, games, topics, and all sorts of things. Or every Friday, 15 minutes after Smackdown, for Smackin It Down. And then this Sunday, pending the arrival of a child, which may or may not happen, we will be covering Idle Hands and the latest in horror movie news and rumors and trailers. And I don't know if Just is coming by because he said he wanted to talk about merch. So we'll see if he can show up and talk about merch or not. But Getting Off returns this Sunday. Me and Katie Horror Showcase 12. She sits down to watch Idle Hands for the first time. It's going to be a good time. So come check it out. Whew. All right. Katie.
Yes.
I'm hard after that ending. No sorry needed. Okay, Bakley. That makes one of us. Well, two of us, because Vince, I don't know. I'm in between. News and rumors.
I don't have anything because I didn't really look for anything besides Ray Phoenix being free.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly
Being a free man. So
I mean, it was shared in the chat. Natalia is going to Bloodsport GCW. Looks like what, Mania weekend? So
yes, it's the same thing as Wale Mania, which like Natty no. One place I'm going, and that's Wale Mania.
You know what? That should be a thing. When she does something, we should just be like, Natty no. Just like,
I know.
I'm the only person that apparently, besides TC, fucks with Natty. So like, I'm happy she's going out there and doing her blood sport thing and having a good time and looking beautiful while she does it. And all the cheers for Natty.
Yeah.
Listen,
her sister's still better.
I'm not saying she's not beautiful or whatever, but going to a GCW show or going to kick it at Wally Mania and have a great
blood sport.
time.
It's blood sport.
It's GCW.
Midnet.
Adjacent.
Midnet.
I hope she goes out there and she tears it up, and Reek has to, like I said, it's the new Sheamus's mid.
She's not. She's a bad wrestler.
Like, that's exactly what he's saying.
Well,
that's what
Reek is, but
midnat means. That's specifically what that's about.
Listen, for a man that came for me for coming for Sheamus, like he's giving the same Sheamus energy. You're right.
Watch say that in the chat.
Yeah. Finally.
I didn't
was talking about when we started.
I didn't scroll through the chat.
No, you didn't scroll through the chat, but I literally just got done saying I hope that Natty tears it up and Midnat becomes the new Sheamus's mids or Sheamus's mid. And then you come back with nobody's saying she's bad in the ring, and now you're all caught up to the conversation. Welcome to the conversation, Vicente. Happy to have you.
Missed Ungly.
I love that.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's all I had.
I was actually kind of into this until TC started tripping. I don't know. Listen, it's not TC's fault that a comment by me led to a full-on theory about a time-traveling Vince McMahon and Natalya and all of this stuff, or the fact that she's been posting fire fucking Instagram photos lately.
Well, I mean, he got it, flown it.
I guess, yeah.
Been there.
But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, unless, Katie, you have randomly pulled another rabbit out of your news and rumor hat.
No, hat's empty.
Not the first time I'm going to talk about magicians tonight. So, we kick off the show. Okay, I'm ground rules right now. I know you won't. I'm looking specifically at you, but I'm going to address both of you. Nobody call this pipe bomb 2.0 before we get. No, we are not doing that here.
Oh,
don't do that.
Call it I thought you were going somewhere different. I thought you were saying for us to behave.
I thought I was about to get yelled at.
Yeah. I thought
no. I don't care if you behave. Listen, CM
Oh,
Punk came out and said he was going to get us kicked off Netflix. So, like, yeah, no, we don't need to behave around here. My thing is, I saw everyone being like, "Oh my god, pipe bomb 2, pipe bomb 2.0." I don't want any of that energy or anything.
The original pipe bomb was so much better than this.
But this was good.
This was fun.
It was a good promo. It wasn't a pipe bomb.
It was a good time.
I don't know why you were so concerned that I would call it a pipe bomb.
Yeah, because there was some uncensored swears.
Cody Rhodes told
we've had one uncensored fuck, one uncensored shit, and 2 uncensored bullshits in 48 hours.
Well, I mean, I also heard Rhea say fuck tonight, but that's neither here nor there.
It wasn't on the mic.
But it literally got caught by the camera's audio.
To be fair, that does happen a lot, especially with like The Rock.
So much.
So I don't count that one. When they're holding a microphone and they're swearing into the microphone,
this was just some rage spam.
Rage spam.
It was some delicious spam. That's what the fuck it was.
You never had
delicious rage spam. I'm all for it.
Thoughts?
I thought Punk was going to call him a bald-headed bitch, not a bald-headed fraud. I was like, damn, that's crazy. He didn't.
Can we also not have to specify bald-headed as like why did that have to be part of it? I know, not you. I tweeted. I didn't at him, but I did say CM Punk, can we not? Why does he got to be bald?
Like, agenda against bald people, so that's against you, that's against Just, that's against Reek.
Listen, he just has a bad track record against bald men.
I was just saying, to be fair, The Rock,
the bald comment was rude as fuck.
Right, the bald comment was rude as fuck. No, The Rock coming for fucking him at Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
everything with Ryback. I understand he's had some issues with bald men. All right, let me be the bald man to heal you. Let me be the bald man that heals that pain that you have for our people. All right.
Our people. But yeah, he said that. Again, some unbleep swears. called out Becky Lynch to be like, come get your fucking man before I put his ass in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then they proceeded to brawl throughout the rest of the night, which was fun.
They brawled on a ramp, they brawled in the ring, they brawled ringside, then they got backstage, and Adam Pearce, who doesn't know how to do his fucking job, who finally got security to make room for the Holy Spirit, then let these two men walk past each other in the hallway for whatever reason. I understand there's a whole show to manage, but no, I did not see Becky's clap back.
Oh, look.
It was her essentially saying, like, I'm not the one who needs to get their man. And it was her quote tweeting a picture of CM Punk and Roxanne Perez having matching gears at Chamber and essentially throwing shots at AJ, saying, come get your man.
Catching up on Raw, I don't think I'm the one who needs to come get my all caps man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Rick.
AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania?
Listen. Let's light it the fuck up. Please.
Yes.
Please.
We got a month. Make that shit happen. Give it to me now.
It could happen.
Let's go. Bitches.
Listen, it was all good shit. The promo by Punk was fantastic. He went straight after Seth Rollins. Now he has his undivided attention. Now it's on site for Punk as well. It's a WWE trope. Madison Square Garden. We're gonna blow off this feud in the steel cage. So I thought that was very cool. It goes back to some tradition as well. Let's see the blue cage from back in the day. I'm okay with that. Or regular cage is fine. But this is all good stuff. I don't think we're done. I think Roman's coming to get his lick back at that cage. Yes.
Roman's definitely a factor in this in some way, shape.
Roman's getting his lick back next week, and we're going to get that triple threat menage a trois.
Roman will
yeah. So everyone's not happy about that I saw online. They just wanted a singles match between Seth and CM Punk.
Well, I wanted a certain singles match as well, but we're not getting that either, so people can fuck off.
You might still get a triple threat match, which might not be what you want, but those three women are going to cook if we go that route. So, like,
the only upside I can think about is, we're jumping ahead, but, like, I won't have to see Rhea technically lose her title in person.
You know what?
That would be the only upside.
We're gonna jump to that main event real quick since we're talking about it. So Iyo defeats Rhea Ripley, and as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, because neither of you have a problem correcting me. That's been very well established. Tell me I'm wrong. No problem. The first woman to hold both the new WWE Women's and World Heavyweight and Women's World Championships. Iyo Sky.
Iyo Sky. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good for Iyo. I'm happy for Iyo. Listen,
got this
I hate to do this to you, Katie. Rhea screwed Rhea. All right, Rhea went after Bianca for no goddamn reason.
Bianca put hands on Rhea. The match should have been done.
Referee's discretion. You can talk to you can talk to Lucha Ref.
I'm just saying. Typically,
El Generica.
Typically, if someone puts hands on a participant in the match who's not in the match, it's usually DQ. But
usually DQ, yes. I will say it should have been a DQ. I will sit on that camp that should have been a DQ. However, this fed my agenda, so I'll allow it.
Yeah, this is all Vince's fault because every other person wanted Rhea and Bianca finally after 5 years at WrestleMania.
Okay. I wanted Rhea versus Bianca. I really want that more than anything. However,
we know
I love Iyo Sky to the moon and back. So if she gets somehow added to this match and she doesn't just like sit in catering or gets thrown in a random tag team match, I'm all happy for you. You could always run back Bianca, Rhea down at SummerSlam or even next year's Mania. We like Becky and Rhea ran it back 2 times, 3 times, 4 times.
Pause, yes. Vicente. So I will give Katie this. This has been a match 5 years in the making. We talked about it. Like, this match has been something, and as Young Kings Wrestling knows, when there's a match that you're expecting and you want, you've been waiting for years, and it gets taken away from you, it can be very upsetting.
Fair enough.
When one of those competitors comes back and you think they're going to give you what you've finally been asking for, and then they completely flip the WWE upside down but still don't give you the match you're looking for, it could be very upsetting. It could lead you to harassing your friends for years to come. So I'm not going to be mad at Katie for not getting this match. Everyone has wanted to see Rhea Bianca and saying it could happen next year. We don't know what the fuck can happen next year. Next year's not guaranteed. So if this was a year to do it, but I also agree. I'm glad that Iyo's getting on the show. The problem is, even with 2 nights, we got to get everybody on the show, which is why we're getting triple threat matches and stuff like that. So everyone that deserves and has worked and earned to be on the show is in a prominent spot on the show. And Iyo is definitely one of those women.
My whole thing is that, like, I feel like there's more to unpack with Rhea and Bianca, and they definitely could have done it this year, and I wouldn't have been mad. Like I said, like, I was just very upset going into Mania seasons. Like, fuck, Iyo is one of, if not the best women's wrestler on the entire roster, and she proves it every single night. And she wasn't going to get a chance to be on Mania. Like, so her being there, and especially the way she hit all her damage control partners' moves in the match, they alluded to Rhea never beating Iyo. So that's going to be a hill for Rhea to climb. How many things have we said about Rhea Ripley? That she's so unbeatable. She doesn't have any kryptonite, any weaknesses. Looks like Iyo Sky is her kryptonite.
No,
it could be something for her to overcome.
No. Her hubris was her kryptonite. The fact that she had to go out there and fuck with Bianca for no reason.
That is as well.
That was her downfall. Rhea screwed Rhea.
Also, Bianca was giving certain vibes. Like,
she's a guilty ass bitch.
She's guilty too, right? She's guilty too.
Guilty. Listen,
they did ask her, and she's like, "I'm not going to comment on that. I'm gonna focus on WrestleMania."
If your sister got her ass fucking cooked in front of you, you put your emotions aside, you still win the chamber, blah blah blah. You're saying, oh no, I haven't reached out to either one, I want to hear both sides, blah 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 blah. Bitch, we know you did it.
Why show up on Raw?
You are guilty.
Why show up on Raw to be ringside for that match that you could have watched at home, or DVR that shit, try to get in touch with your girls, be it like during those 48 hours. Like,
Jade's not returning her phone calls. We know that.
Yeah, but
Naomi
you're not gonna hit
probably can't answer the phone.
You're not gonna try. It's been what, 48 hours? You didn't even try and communicate with Naomi.
I don't know if you all saw what I saw at the end of the beginning of the chamber, but I don't know if Naomi can pick up a phone, let alone have a conversation. So
listen, when Jade walked in that chamber, I told you there was a glance from Naomi to Bianca.
Yeah.
Naomi is the scapegoat. Bianca did it.
Like I said, Naomi did it for Bianca. Just like Rikishi did it for The Rock. That's exactly what in the file to establish continuity. We talked about this.
All right, we need to move on.
Okay, well, you ain't got to play it again.
It was that loop.
Judgment Day was chilling backstage, trying to stay positive after, Liv lost the chamber, but, they're tag team champs, all that. And Finn has to neg the entire group because he is in a funk. Finn.
Finn, okay.
It's kind of like a Debbie Downer.
Okay.
Bitching about everything, says he's going to take care of Bron Breakker. How are we feeling about the interaction between Bron Breakker and Finn Balor? That was weird because we came back what seemed like post-interview from a commercial break.
Yes.
And Jackie Redmond was just standing next to Bron holding a microphone to his mouth while Finn was talking.
Well, that's exactly what it was. Bron was getting an interview during our commercial break, but not everyone's commercial break. And then Fergal came out and started talking shit. I like the idea of Finn and Bron, but I need NXT return Finn.
Oh, that's not
Judgment Day Finn.
Bron's gonna have to spear the NXT into him. He's gonna have to do something.
You see Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness thing with Spider-Man? That's what Bron is gonna do. He's gonna spear the Holy Ghost out of fucking Finn.
Finn's gotta find that dog in him. That's what he's gotta do. No, that's a swallow. Sure, why not? We don't know what they're gonna do with the title, IC title. They're doing like a carousel right now of challengers. It could be a multi-person. It could be a single person. Who knows? Everything.
Bron Breakker for the second week in a row had absolutely cooked everything that had a penis in the Judgment Day. Carlito got cooked. Dom got cooked. Finn had a little bit of an offense, but then he got cooked.
Oh yeah, that's why they need 4 penises in the Judgment Day. But Finn doesn't want an additional penis in the Judgment Day. But Dom wants another.
Well, he only has 2 hands, Vince.
That's all right. There's multiple hands. Carlito can do 2. He's cool.
Well, Carlito's hands are full with Dom and Finn. That's what I'm saying. There's only 2 hands.
I guess.
So, on the theme of getting us canceled on Netflix, Gunther thought it'd be cool to body shame Otis.
Oh my god.
Typical things.
He gets the win. Tozawa then jumps on Gunther because Gunther's trying to big spoon Otis to sleep after the match. And Tozawa's like, I want to be the big spoon for once, and hops on Gunther's back. He gets cooked. He gets powerbombed onto Otis. Jey Uso makes a save, which is kind of the same spot that we've seen from Jey Uso every week since he won the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And he shouldn't main event WrestleMania.
Well, he's not. He's probably not going to. Let's.
Hopefully he doesn't.
I mean, we know the main event of night 2.
Nothing against Mr. Yeet, nothing against Jey Uso, but there is no way Cody Cena is not main eventing over Jay Gunther.
Well, that's going to be the main event for night 2, and we're talking about main event night 1. And I think that should, at this point, should be the women's triple threat if it happens.
We'll see.
We will see.
We shall.
Spit or swallow, Gunther, Otis, Jay.
I gargled it.
Yeah, gargle as well. Not a lot there. The funniest thing about it was Gunther saying, "Was like, you look how I used to look." That was about it. But yeah,
sexy.
He didn't feel so sexy in his shirt before.
Then we had a promo backstage with AJ Styles getting interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's thinking this is leading to AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. He is interrupted by a Vegas magician. There is a Vidal Sassoon commercial. This was all very weird, and I don't know what happened or where it's going.
Well, I mean,
is that emo cross? Is he's got like the hair on the side?
The hair is beautiful. Listen, Karrion Kross has some beautiful hair. Let's call a spade here.
I guarantee you, he uses Scarlett's product.
I mean, why not? It's there.
Yeah.
Why go buy your own? Use your wife's.
That's what I do.
I think. I mean, you've seen the stuff like, Karrion Kross had a feud with this person. Later down the line, this person turns heel. Blah 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 blah. So Karrion Kross, I think, is just like playing very much into that, and he wants to fuck with AJ Styles, see who's better hair, a hair off, if you will.
Yes. Are we gonna run back Booker T versus Edge for the shampoo? Jeffrey shampoo commercial.
I was about to say that. Yes, let's run
Maybe
back.
We're getting another shampoo.
That L'Oreal shampoo commercial. That should be a sponsored match.
I mean, whatever.
Did you see?
I just don't like Logan Paul in general.
Yeah, no.
I don't want him anywhere near AJ Styles.
I don't want him on the card, period. But unfortunately, it's going to happen. Sorry, Vince.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm getting a swallow just because I love you, Alan. Uncle Alan, you taking the bullet this year at WrestleMania if that is indeed where you're going for your road to WrestleMania. Because as long as Logan Paul is far away from Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and John Cena, Roman Reigns, I'm okay with it. Stay the fuck away from the main attractions. Love you, AJ. This is not your year. You're not a main attraction this year. They haven't built you up like a main attraction. So you can go ahead. I love Alan. He's one of my favorites of all time. But he's taking the bullet. He's taking one for the team this year, which I appreciate. So it gets a swallow.
Logan Paul should be in gimmick. Like, remember how Big Show was just doing gimmick matches for a while, like the Akibono stuff and the Floyd. That should be Logan Paul's job. He wrestles celebrities at WrestleMania and not any one of any actual consequence on the roster.
Well, he's been begging for that Bad Bunny match for like 5 years at this
I
point.
know what you're gonna say, Kate, but think about this. His brother has basically created professional wrestling in boxing by making fake matches and choreographing them and walking through them and getting people. So like that's what the Paul brothers do. So let him hype up some shit on social media, get a celebrity to come in, get some eyes on the product, and let him wrestle celebrities. And like then we don't have to worry about him wrestling and possibly beating anyone that we actually fucking care about in the wrestling world.
See, I was going to suggest he just simply stops wrestling.
That'd be fantastic too. But
that'd be the preferred route, honestly.
But you know,
it was a bad day for American Made. So Ivy loses to Bird Lady,
which I kind of shocked. I really thought they were going to try and just put all the titles on American Made tonight. But I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at the match because I love the match. I love Ivy and I love Lyra.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
the Creeds,
yes,
lose to War Raiders.
That match was Julius Creed is a monster.
Yes,
and deserves to be treated as such because that shooting star press was beautiful.
He took that fucking attack from what was it, Ivar, like on the LED side of the apron. Fucking crazy. Yes, man.
Reek, I don't give a fuck if it's going to slap. As Kevin Nash said, Logan Paul knows how to do a bunch of moves, but he doesn't really know what the fuck he's doing wrestling. And I'm not here to see Logan Paul do a bunch of fucking moves.
Like,
I don't care if
it's fine. Like, he had a good match with Ricochet.
Like, he learned how to do a bunch of really cool looking moves. That's not what the fuck I'm here for. Especially from Logan Paul.
If you want to see good looking moves, you can watch many different wrestlers, just like the tag match we're talking about currently. That's going to be my piss break match. I love AJ Styles, but I don't give a fuck about that match. That's the match that I'm ordering pizza. That's the match where I'm going to go get some drinks and I'm going to go like do X, Y, and Z until that match is over.
That's not true. I absolutely want wrestling on my wrestling shows. I just don't want Logan Paul wrestling on my wrestling shows.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
And I'm not going to pretend like he's really good at what he does because he knows how to do a bunch of stuff.
But going back to the tag match, it's a swallow for me. I thought they did a fantastic job. They freaking killed it. And then the women did a really good job as well. And then I don't know if you're going to lump in like the Lucha
I've been trying to, but you guys keep interrupting me as I'm talking about all of the things that American Made did. I was like, Lyra, and then interruption, and then the Creeds, and then interruption. So yes, also bad night for American Made. Chad Gable traveled all the way to Mexico looking for this Senor Miyagi that's supposed to teach him the ins and outs of Lucha. And I don't know about you, but it seems like he paid $500 for a Lucha Libre mask and a cardboard box. And if that's all the fuck he got out of this, he got screwed.
Lucha Chad is engaged. I love it. It felt like it was filmed for Lucha Underground. And that's my cup of tea. It was so over the top. It was so ridiculous, so telenovela-esque. That's what I want to see out of my Lucha Libre content. And then even like a little bit to like the extent the LWO promo was a little bit like that as well. But yeah, no, I'm all for it. Is he gonna get a mask? Who knows? Is he just gonna get like some wrestling? I don't know what it is. We're just gonna have to find out next week.
I mean, the mysterious man told him you have to be a luchador to understand Lucha Libre. It was a fucking mask.
Luchadors technically can be luchadors without a mask, though. It's not a requirement.
Well, I was gonna say I don't feel like wearing a mask makes you a luchador. Like I hope this guy took his $500 and taught him more than just whatever mask he gave him.
I mean, I seriously doubt it because Chad Gable walked away with a box, and that was it.
You know what I want to be in that box? You know what I want to be in that box?
What?
Rey Mysterio's old eyeball.
Ew.
The one that Seth took out. So he can see Lucha Libre Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
Stop. Gonna put it on like Thor.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna put.
Speaking of Rey Mysterio, Rey said some shit, but Zoe came out of her room and she was like fighting going to bed. So I didn't hear anything about what Rey said, but he said some things about the New Day that happened.
He said New Day vale madre, which essentially translates to New Day ain't shit, and then they're gonna beat them down next week, and then they're gonna do tag matches inside tornadoes, which I think is gonna be really cool. Yeah, we got that for next week.
I mean, not like in a tornado, but yeah.
Oh, that's what I
feel like that would
They were
be
gonna
kind of
wrestle inside a
all
tornado,
people
in the
involved.
heart of a tornado. They're gonna wrestle. That's what I heard.
I don't think that'd be safe for anybody involved. But
It's okay. Dark Horse of Lucha Libre. It happens.
So Kaiser was running his mouth about Penta, and he got his ass cooked.
Yes.
in a Michael Jackson jacket, by the way.
He looked great. Shout out to Penta.
He did look good. I mean, Penta's got style. Yeah, he's always has.
So charismatic. He's so cool. Everything about him is cool. I want to be Penta.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Do
could
we
be.
want-
Nothing is really stopping you.
Okay, so I saw a discussion in the chat about Ray FedEx coming to WWE and people not wanting him to be teamed with his brother. And do we really think that if the Lucha Bros are in WWE, they're not going to be put together?
No, they're going to be put together. That's the argument I was making in the chat. It's like, I would want a singles established run for Penta and Phoenix. However, they're brothers. They're going to want to be together. Like, if they want it, I want it. It's fine. Like I mentioned in past episodes, I want all my Mexicans either teaming together or facing each other. I just want everyone in this little cornucopia of Mexican Latinos wrestling each other. That's what I want in my WWE.
I mean, inevitably they will be put together. I kind of agree with Vince. Maybe have them establish a little bit of a singles run together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can still, bring up the fact that, yeah, they're the Lucha Bros. Like they are there together. They're just not together.
Yeah,
at the
they
moment.
just kind of have to do something where it makes it feel like Rey Phoenix's inclusion in addition to the roster is as big as Penta's, and not just make him feel like, oh, this is Penta's brother. Like he's gonna make him seem less than by that introduction. The introduction of Phoenix is important. Now, if they're taking them to the route of being the tag team champions, and maybe that's their match at WrestleMania, because I have no idea what they're gonna do with Penta. If they're not gonna put him in the IC title match, why not give him the tag titles with Phoenix? Have them tear the house down with the War Raiders or the Creeds, maybe a triple threat tag match. I don't really know, but they got to do something good.
I don't think there'd be enough time to establish them as a tag team and have them go for the tag titles in like 40 some days.
No,
especially when we don't know what Rey's status is.
That's very true. I mean, it could always just be like, oh, Penta needs a partner, and then he shows up and is Rey Phoenix, and we assume that people know who he is, and then they establish him as a tag team afterwards. But
yeah, but the War Raiders are babyfaces. Penta's technically a babyface. Getting there without some sort of issue between the two is going to be rough to do, especially in the amount of time that we have. I do have a question for both of you, though, because I forgot to ask you earlier.
Yes.
Is
who let the dogs out?
Versus Finn Balor for the IC title WrestleMania worthy?
If they do enough leading into WrestleMania, yes. Especially if this new faction member of Judgment Day debuts and helps Finn get the title at WrestleMania, then it could be WrestleMania worthy, depending on who is added to the faction. They're going to have to do a lot of legwork to make it WrestleMania worthy. Bron Breakker is WrestleMania worthy. Right now, Finn isn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, if we get NXT return Finn, then yeah. But this Finn, no.
Demon Finn?
No. And I was just going to get there. It's crazy to me how Paul Levesque, match is going to piss me off. Paul Levesque, Triple H, Hunter Hearst hand job. how he booked certain wrestlers so well in NXT and did such a great job with them, and has kind of, since taking over, returned some of those wrestlers to form, yet has not done anything in any way, shape, or form to fix Finn Balor.
No.
You guys, I believe, or it was either you guys or Young Kings Wrestling, were talking about Finn Balor and the Demon, and
it was not us. It was not us.
No, it was you and Ryland. When I say you guys, you and Ryland were talking about Finn Balor. You guys covered NXT.
Yes,
you guys were talking about Finn Balor. You guys were talking about Finn Balor taking the L's and the match with Roman, and how since he's been on the main roster, hasn't won as the Demon, and how long it's been since he's been the Demon. There is no value left in the Demon. Like, him coming out as the Demon has no value. It doesn't, because of how they fucked it up. And Triple H hasn't done anything to rehab the Demon Finn Balor, or just the character of Finn Balor, by sticking him in the Judgment Day and doing what he's been doing with him. Like,
well, they could have rehabilitated Finn when he joined Judgment Day. However, they made him not the focal point of Judgment. They didn't make him a serious contender, a serious like wrestler in general. Same goes for Shayna. Been screaming that for 5 years. Yeah, it's mind-boggling, because Finn Balor, ironically, regardless of where he is not that guy unless he's in NXT. Even his second run of NXT, that's probably one of the best Finn Balors I've ever seen. Exactly, and he was just like a straight shooter, like the Prince. I don't even think Finn wants to be the Demon anymore, because when he comes out to be the Demon, he doesn't even know how to do it. He just sticks his tongue out and flexes. He's like, ugh. Like, that's not the Demon, dude. You're just like a dude in face paint at that point. Might as well.
I've seen a lot of women do that and get over. So
Yeah, but he's not a woman. So
I'm sure there's a lot of men in videos that I don't watch that do the same thing and get over too.
Fair enough. I mean, we are going to have a whole March Madness on men bods in wrestling to determine the best bod in wrestling. So you're right. There's a category for that.
All right, guys. Monday Night Raw overall, spit or swallow?
This gets a swallow for me. It was a really good show.
I'll swallow it, sure.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if you I wouldn't be mad at you if you spit it because of the main event.
I mean, regardless of the outcome, like, Rhea and Iyo are phenomenal together.
It was fantastic.
I can't be mad at the match. I just hate the fucking result of the match.
Yeah. I'll swallow as well. I enjoyed a lot of it. It was very lucha heavy.
Yeah,
that thing.
Lucha heavy.
He knows why Vince loved it so much. Katie, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13, the link tree I'm about to take everything She Showcase, twitch.tv/She Showcase, and youtube.com/She Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish.
Wednesday is Hump Day, which is also Bump Day. So go ahead and check me out on the Apron Bump. We were going to be talking about No Way Out 2004 when Eddie Guerrero wins the WWE Championship. Also check out the Get Joe podcast. We're going to be doing the meatiest March Meatiness is what we're dubbing it for next week, and then we're going to be figuring out the contestants this week. So fun stuff.
And as always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at MattRidge, MattRiddr for your wrestling content, and getting off for your horror content, and everywhere else. TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Smackin It Raw. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay and SES Vince, I am the patron saint of podcast and the warden Matt Ritter, and this has been RawFlix and Chill, your Monday night edition of the Smackin It Raw podcast. We love bald people.